What is going on, YouTube? How's it going? Hopefully, everyone's had a good day. Let's wait for this thing to kick up. Everyone to join. Probably the last person talking about this, so you probably all have already heard about it. I've heard about it online from other YouTubers, other sellers. I've read about it, but I haven't really gone over extensively. So this is kind of more of an open forum. I want to hear what you guys heard about. um, what the changes, what you think they're going to be. I'll give you my opinion. So I kind of going to say what I feel about it. But again, this is speaking from my opinion in the chat. So for those of you watching afterward, if we do say something out of line or that's not factually correct, please check us in the comments. So this will be an ongoing topic. I mean, it just changed. So let's see what we have here. All right, Nevermore, what's going on? Catherine, Sandy, Full of Grace Pickers, hopefully you're still on. You checked in to say hi. Patriotic Resale Check, how's it going? Big Brother, Sandy, Moons and Suns, what's going on? How you doing? Yeah, the spring seller update, says Adam. Big Brother says less competition, because I'm sure, as I've seen today, a lot of people have been talking about it and are kind of mad about it. But it's kind of what I want to talk about. Catherine's been lucky and had one return. Any sales from anybody today? Today's been slow. One sale or two. Best offer, and I sold a book. So we'll get to that. All right. So I will post in the chat kind of what we're going to talk about. I was going to touch on returns, but I mean, we really can talk about anything. So if you go to eBay's page, hey, Sherry, what's going on? Adam, Swamp Picker, Glenn, how's it going? One sale for Catherine. If you go to eBay's page, you can see the seller update and what's going on. It's making a little more restrictive, it looks like. In terms of the returns, I sell a lot of electronics. I test them to the best of my ability. Starting to get into clothes a little bit. So I do have returns. Honestly, my return rate's probably, it's lower to about 4%. But I don't think I think I had 2 last couple weeks. So it's been slowing down. But it seems a little easier on the return side. It's a bunch of people had sales. Nice. 2 sales. Charlotte had 2. Joey had 2. Resale had 5 and then 3 today. Nice. Does it affect people who don't take returns? Now, I believe you can offer not to take returns, but you will not get the benefits of top-rated seller if you do not offer returns, or if you are top-rated, you won't get the discount or the benefit, I guess, of the search listings. Again, this is me skimming over it, so I would recommend reading the link I put in. So it looks like they streamlined the returns. You can either do 0 returns or no returns. You could do 30-day where buyer pays, 30-day with free returns, 60-day buyer, and 60-day free. So those are the only options. And a big call out is no restocking fee. So let's talk about that for a little bit. I have never offered a restocking fee on any of my listings ever. I don't know if that's a good thing, if that's a bad thing, but I never have. I've just heard people saying they had to fight for the restocking fee, but I've never done that. Also, I always offer free shipping. Well, 99% of the time I do. And I've always had 30-day returns. So it really it's not going to affect me, as someone said. So I'm going to just go with it. I don't think it's going to do anything necessarily. It's going to weed out some people that don't want to do it. So Carol, the only way it wouldn't affect you is, well, it would affect your ranking, I guess. But Owen Wolf, good to see you, says you will not get your 10% discount if you don't take returns. Yes. So it looks like they're trying to go to the way of Amazon, the way of the retail store. They want to offer people who buy things returns, right? You have to buy it and return it. And is that a good thing? I don't know. It's good for the buyer, bad for the seller, because now you think automatically, hey, I'm gonna have a ton of returns now. But hey, that might not be the case. Maybe you have to narrow down what you're listing, narrow down um, the items, the quality of items, the way you test things, if you do things other than clothing, inspection. So maybe it just takes a little extra work so the returns don't become an issue. But again, my opinion, right? I'm going to concentrate more on certain types of products potentially, higher profit products, lighter weight. Who knows? But Adam says need to offer 30 or 60-day free returns and meet the previous requirements to earn TRS. Yes. So to get top-rated seller status, you have to offer 30 and 60-day returns, no restocking fees, and buyer pays shipping in most cases. Yeah, not to be top-rated. So, Carol, the 10% discount is if you're top-rated seller. You get that additional. So every month I get my invoice, I get 10% back from any final value fee that I had met top-rated seller on listings. So here, I'll give you an idea. So for my top-rated selling, I'll go backwards. So in February, I got back $33. January, $33. December 47, November 53, October 26. So that's an idea of what the 10% gets you. Again, it's not a ton of money, but 30 bucks is better than nothing. So it definitely, if you can, I know 10% is not much, and if you can't make it to the post office for 1-day handling, um, again, that's really 30-day returns, 1-day handling time to get your top-rated seller. Mike says, the crazy card, force-free returns is going to affect some of my sales, low stereo receivers primarily. Yeah, so the heavier stuff, right? People selling new clothes are going to take a hit. It went out new. Now it is used. True. So you're going to get stuff back unless they keep the tags on it. Again, you can try and help yourself in the listings. Granted, I don't know. eBay will force you to take the return either way if the tags come off. But putting the listing in that optional, or you can type in your return qualifications, put in tags have to stay on. Just the little things. Little things might help. You might get a sales rep to help you out. So definitely put that in there if you're looking to help out in that case, I guess. AJ just got to top rated. Nice. Just got there. Now they have all this stuff, right? But really what I'm going to say is I'm not going to change anything in terms of process and being worried about it. I'm not going to worry about it too much. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing, keep listing. And AJ, yeah, that's right. You got to get rid of your restocking fee. I'm wondering if they're going to grandfather the listings currently. I believe that stuff goes into effect June 1 of this year. There's a little timeline out there. If you go through that link, there's January, February, March, April, May, June. There's different things that kick in. So look at that timeline and it'll tell you when the returns kick in, the restocking kicks in. Making all these changes doesn't matter. The buyer has no clue. That is true. So all of us are all worried about what's changing. The buyer's not worried. They're just going out there and buying stuff. That's a great point. The buyer's not going to know unless they're actively searching for it. Oh, Andy, what's going on? eBay will do the no restocking fees automatically. Oh, are they pulling it off automatically? Or will they keep it in the listing until the listing expires? But Adam, you're probably right. They're probably just going to undo it. So, I mean, in terms of my process, I mean, it might change my items, but it probably won't. I'm probably just going to go for it. And just keep an eye on your returns. The worst you can do is get a couple more returns. You know, combat it by listing more things, get more product, get better product. But my returns have definitely slowed down. I don't know about everyone else. No Andu has one sale today. Yeah, today's really strange. I got one. So Luann's liquidations. Hey, thanks for joining. Wording was, it will no longer be an option. Okay. So yeah, however you want to interpret that, it will no longer be an option. Assuming they'll go on the back end and undo all the restocking check marks, I guess, on every listing. I'm going to try and sell as much as I can before June, then list more on Poshmark. See, I've never had, Carol, I've never had luck on Poshmark. That whole frenzy and community of getting people to follow you is a lot of work. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. I don't know. Owen Wolf, I'm more concerned with the changing return policies. Does anyone know what is changing? So, Owen Wolf, they're consolidating your returns down to none, 30 or 60. And within the 30 and 60, it's buyer pay, and free returns. Now, the other cool thing, I don't know if they have a different seller protection on there. So I'm not completely sure what the seller protection, but it basically says protects you from events outside of your control. Ship an item, arrives late to when you have tracking on it. If you're impacted by carrier disruptions, buyer retracts their bid or doesn't pay. Buyer changes their order. Buyers that have an unusual rate of complaints or returns. So hopefully that. I've heard a lot of complaints about buyers having a lot of issues and eBay not catching it. Maybe this is something they're doing to try and weed out bad buyers. Who knows? We'll see. And then the last thing I thought was interesting, they listed, quote, word for word here, if the buyer returns an item after they opened it, used it, or sent it back in the condition other than the one you sent in, then they will protect you. Now, again, that's probably going to go back to your messages between yourself and the buyer, but those are the other things in terms of seller protection. What must be returned in the same condition? What about, so yeah, Owen Wolf, that's the last thing I said. If it's not returned in the same condition, they will protect you. But I would still assume it would still apply that you would have to get the buyer admitting in some way that they used it, pulled the tag off of it, wore it, broke it, whatever. Adam says there will be partial refunds. That is true. All right. You're getting outside of the stuff I read, but let me pull that up now. So the partial refunds. All right. So growth tools, shipping enhancements, inventory returns, streamlined return policies. What was the question? I missed it. I already forgot about it. Partial refunds. All right, here. Sellers will also be able to issue a partial refund for all returns where the item is returned, used, or damaged in select categories, including, ready? Business, industrial, parts, accessories, collectibles, art, cameras, photo, medical, mobility, disability equipment, home improvement, furniture, musical instruments, and gear, and yard, garden, and outdoor. So you will have the ability to do partial refunds in those categories. Now, I rarely sell in those categories, so I think it excludes clothing, it excludes electronics, tools are in there, home improvement. So really, that's probably the only one I would have is home improvement. Otherwise, the clothing and electronics. Yep, Adam, that's right, not clothing. So yes, partial refunds. Big Brother says I've done partial refunds already. I do partial refunds in PayPal, or I'll do it through if they open the return, I'll offer partial refund. Pac-Man, what's up? Thanks for joining. Yeah, an indirect restocking fee. There you go. Catherine, that's a great point. It means that sellers are going to have to make sure they take better photos and make more photos. Yeah, that's true. So again, that goes back to you got to take more time in your listings, more time in messaging your buyer if there's issues. Put in a little more work, and I don't think this is not going to be a non-issue. Hopefully, watch me make a video months from now and undo what I'm saying. So Adam says, so if someone returns new with tag without tags, you're screwed. No, not necessarily. Adam, in the seller protection, it states that if they returned it in the condition that was not received, that's under seller protection. Now, that's debatable, right? If you get them to admit they pulled the tag off. If the buyer returns an item after they opened it, used it, or sent it back in the condition other than you sent it. So I would assume new with tags with the tag is a change in condition. Put your descriptions in the item specifics. Good point. Catherine says, take pictures of all attached tags and be explicit about any flaws. That is true. So in your listings, try to be more, what's the word? Subjective instead of objective. So you want to do things that are clearly spelled out, are not influenced. So yeah, you want to be more objective, not influenced by personal feelings. You don't want to say excellent condition. Well, that's up to interpretation, right? Excellent condition might be in my eyes, but your eyes is probably good condition. So a fact is it has no tears. A fact is there's no stains. Stick to that. Don't say excellent condition. Um, something that you can be objectified. Just be more descriptive, thorough in your descriptions. That is correct. Joey posts a picture of the sealed box. That's what I do as well, and the factory tape. Pac-Man says, I don't trust seller protection. Yeah, that's true. They said call PayPal when you called eBay. Do you have any messages, Pac-Man, between you and the buyer saying that they opened it? Or it's a different item? I had that same thing happen. The buyer never admitted it, and eBay never covered me. That was the only time, though. So, but yeah. So keep the comments going on that. I bought 3 things today. I sold 1 book. So there was a textbook I picked up at the thrift store. It had a $40 profit used on Amazon, but it was restricted. So I said, I checked eBay. So what I did was I listed it at lunchtime and it sold for $20. And the comps were between 20 and 25. So that's really, it sold quickly. Sorry, I was reading Pac-Man's comment. Or we can email a customer for you. Yeah, well, thanks for your help. So, yeah, maybe just message the buyer directly. Get them to admit they switched it out. So I sold that book, sold it through. I'm sure that person's not restricted in FBA and is going to sell that book. This I'm sending in FBA. It's a sealed item. I don't even know what it is. Make your own book. I'll make about $10 on that. And I found Connects. I don't know if anyone has sold Connects. I found this for $4. It sells for about $25. So we'll see. It is sealed, brand new in the box. It was not in the toy section, so I found it, but brand new. So I listed that. Restricted on FBA. So those are the only things that I got today. I hope eBay has a plan to stop cheap China counterfeit products. Yeah, some items are definitely cheap. Adam, that's why the restocking option was good. I only used it for problem buyers. That's true. Well, that's, I think, Adam, where your partial refund comes in. Hopefully, right? I mean, we'll see how it plays out. Let's see. Scott, what's going on? Thanks for joining. All right, guys. Well, I'm sure most of the new changes will be coming out. As we learn more about them, we'll start talking about them more. An update, I'm going to try and get a guest to come on Friday night, another reseller. So I'm still in contact. Hopefully he's going to text me back here soon. But Friday night. So I'm going to play on Friday night between 9 and 10, getting him on. So stay tuned for that. 4 Oaks, I cannot send Connects into Amazon. I am gated. Chris, Scott, I saw your post about the Bose headphones. Where did you get those from? So Scott posted no, not my sister, but I do need to get her on. I actually thought about her today. I have to text her. Let's see. So I thought I double checked Amazon, but let me check again. Yeah, so Scott, those headphones were awesome. Those Bose headphones, depending on what you got them for, if I read the post wrong, but that's a nice profit to make on those. Anything Bose or Sennheiser, those do well. So yeah, I am restricted product. So there's my restricted. But it's a good $40 profit on Amazon, and I can't move it. But I'll only make $20 on eBay, which stinks. Oh, liquidation lot, nice. All right. So, but yeah, those are coming up. Paid $12.86. What? Nice. You definitely make a profit from the headphones. I ordered a torso for shirts. Nice, Joey. Yeah. Let's see that torso when you get that up and running. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, Owen Wolf will definitely get her on to see what she's up to. So, all right, everyone. If you like the video, hit the thumbs up. Stay tuned for guests coming up. My sister will be on as well as someone else. Hopefully Friday. Once I hear more and get solidified, I'll let you know. But thanks for watching, and we will have more discussions about the returns coming up, and hopefully everyone has some sales before tomorrow, better than today, but we'll see. So, Adam, you missed my thrift haul. That was it right here. These two things. So, talk to you guys later. See ya.